The most impactful moment in the nursing program so far for me probably occurred back in our first semester in the summer. It was at our first clinical rotation. I was in a group with a lot of my classmates in my group had been CNAs at other hospitals for at least 1 year, some of them 2 or 3. And I probably could have counted the amount of times I've been in a hospital at that point on one hand. So I was really nervous going in, and I kind of just felt a little out of place for the first few days until I think it was our third day. I was working with one of the CNAs helping take care of a patient, and afterwards we'd finished up. We were talking in the hallway for probably 5 or 10 minutes, and he was asking me all about how I got into nursing, what I wanted to do with nursing. And I was talking with him about how I'd felt a little bit like out of place, and I was like, so many of my other classmates, like in our group, have so much more experience than me. It's like I didn't really think that I would feel this way. And he said to me that while them already coming in with experience is great, he's like, it can be a bit of a double-edged sword. And I said, what do you mean? And he said, sure, like some of them are able to like come in and do all these things right away with little to no supervision. And he's like, but at the same time, they think that they know everything. And he's like, it's not. He said that for him, he would much rather work with somebody who is open to learn and willing to make mistakes and learn from those mistakes than somebody who enters thinking they know everything and that they can't be wrong. And that really kind of changed my perspective on my lack of experience. And so going forwards, I just tried to always, whether it was in lab or in clinical, I just tried to, step up for more opportunities. And, this is the time to I realized that if I am going to make any mistakes, this is the time to make them while I'm a student, and with people that are happy and willing to correct my mistakes and help me be a better nurse going forwards. In our last clinical rotations for maternity, when we finished up, we had, I forget what you'd call them, kind of like exit interviews with our instructors. And one of the things that my instructor had said about me was, she said she thought it was really good how I'd come in, and she was like, whatever we had set for you to do that day, whatever was happening, you were always ready to go, whether it was hopping into the NICU, watching a C-section unannounced, and just being drawn into it. She's like, you were always open to whatever experience that we could give you, and she's like, it seemed like you really tried to make the most of it. And that definitely, from that conversation I had with the CNA in my first semester, helped me really adopt that attitude to be able and ready to make those mistakes and jump into those experiences and be ready to not be ready, but be more willing to step out of my comfort zones, and if a mistake happens, learn from it, and just to take any experience that I can and to make the most of it. And I think I've done that.